Hey guys, it's Zion Force. It's been a long time since I made a video, but I have actually made videos. I just haven't uploaded them. They're all sitting somewhere on my computer. I just didn't upload them because of the quality, or I just didn't like them. I didn't think there was any point. But either way, it was just a bunch of videos I made. I probably have like 20 or so that I just don't feel comfortable uploading. So, this one, hopefully I will. But anyways, so since my last video, what I've been working on is I've added some more stuff to my framework. I made a map editor, which I made a video of, never uploaded. I also made a breakout game. So I'm not going to go and show you those just because I don't know if they even compile anymore just because it was so long ago. But anyways, the map editor had pretty much all the features, but I just never made a user interface for it, and I don't think I ever will. I think when I make a user interface for a map editor, I'm just gonna make a whole new one. For Breakout, I basically made the whole game, but left it unpolished, if that makes sense. I have a club at school where I taught a bunch of kids how to use C++ and a little bit of SDL. So I basically walked them through making Breakout, and then I basically told them, hey, take this game, polish it up, and finish it, make it an actual game. So for the framework, what I've added is a configuration file that it reads in, and the configuration file reads in parameters for the video system, the audio system, the resource system, which is something new that I'll talk about in a second, and it also reads in FPS, so you can specify what you want the FPS to be capped at. But the resource system. Alright, so basically I got tired of each entity having its own surface and loading the same surface multiple times. It was getting really ugly, things were getting slow, so I decided to make a resource system. As of now, the resource system only holds images, but I'm going to later extend it to hold sounds, music, and fonts. But to make it hold fonts, I need to make some type of text system. But so it works really well, I think. But once I get all those things added to the resource system, I think I'm going to release the framework so that other people can use it, and I can get criticism, so I know what I'm doing wrong, what I could do better, and all that. So I don't know how many people know, probably no one, but I've been working on Charge. So Charge is basically a shmup that I started about a year ago, and back then I had terrible coding style, and I just jumped in and started coding. I planned things out, but I planned out how to get one specific piece to work and not how it would work with everything else. So I just ran into a lot of problems very quickly, ended up recoding it several times, and then in the end I just decided to scrap it just because it just got that bad. And that's what kind of encouraged me to make a framework for SDL, and I am very happy that I did because it makes things so much easier. So I'm going to show you this. So let's run it. I'm not going to build it because the only thing I added was a Powerup class, but I haven't actually put the power-ups in. So anyways, the frame rate is probably very, very terrible. I apologize for that. That's just Camtasia. Right now on my screen, it's actually running very well. So it's just going to look bad in the recording for some reason. So anyways, as you can see, there's two balls. No joke intended there. But anyways, so I'm the green ball right now, or I can be the blue ball. They're both player characters. There's no enemies, but so I'll just use this time to demonstrate what the players can do. So they can move around pretty easily. They can shoot. And I added a few different weapons just for testing purposes. So you have the double bullets, and then also I have a triple bullet. Okay. So there's one thing that you might consider a glitch. I don't know. I knew it was going to happen as soon as I was making it. So what it is I could have a single bullet, but I can only have 12 bullets total at a time with how I coded it. Well, I can change that 12 to anything I want, but I just set it at 12 just because. So then when I'm shooting 2 bullets at a time, I can shoot 6 double bullets pretty much. So then when I'm shooting 3 bullets at a time, I can shoot 4 burst before it won't let me shoot anymore. So the problem is sometimes there's a point to where you only have 2 free bullets and you try to shoot 3. It doesn't just not let you shoot, it just shoots 2. And I'm not going to change that just because I don't know how permanent these weapons are. It's just really for testing purposes, so I can test the power-ups when I put them in. But anyways, so I haven't really programmed any AI. I made a very simple enemy that just moves back and forth and shoots. So I can press E to add enemies, and every time it bounces off the right wall, it'll drop 3 bullets. When it bounces off the left wall, it'll drop 5 bullets, and then it periodically shoots. So I guess I'll just start shooting and get rid of them. Okay, so simple. And you probably just saw the glitch I was talking about earlier right there, but it's not really. Sorry about that pause. But so that's what I've been working on really. I guess the last thing I want to talk about is well, first I should talk about what I'm going to do next in charge. So I made the power up class, and I'm going to make a power up system and sync it to the enemy system and the weapon system, so it can well, actually, it doesn't even need to be synced to the weapon system, just the playable system. So then I can have the power up have different effects on the player. I also want to make a level system, but I'm kind of unsure of how I want to go about that. I have a level class, but I don't know exactly how I want to handle all the levels, so I need to put some more thought into that. But once I get a power-up system and the level system done, I think I can start with content, kind of, and meaning I'm going to start making all the different enemies and fleshing out their specific AIs. I think that's going to take the most time because I'll probably have to implement some sort of shared memory, which is where I ran into problems last time, but I've kind of anticipated this and I knew it was going to happen, so I have space basically in my framework just to put it in there, and it won't be hard at all to sync it with everything else. So the last thing I want to say is Lucica Mage, or Musader, has a few contests for this summer, a couple of them. I forgot what the second one is, but the first one is unintuitive physics. Just about 5 minutes ago, right before I started making this video, decided that I might enter it, and I'm gonna make a pick and sticks like game, probably where the physics kind of change. So it's gonna be, first of all, I'm thinking I'll have the 4 arrow keys, and you'll move around, and every time you get a stick, it'll be kind of like a power up, and the power up will either like put gravity in, so then you'll fall. Maybe the gravity will be reversed. Maybe the gravity will like be on the horizontal axis. Maybe it'll change all the keys around, so then like instead of up being up, right might be up or something, and just a whole bunch of crazy stuff like that. But for anyone that's watching this video, I really encourage that you enter the competition. It's one of those things that's just, you can get some good practice, and some good ideas might come from it to where you might be making something really permanent. And it's always good to enter dev competitions just because kind of expands on the dev community, I guess. But anyways, I guess as a closing for this video, I just want to say for anyone who's starting to program, try to develop good style early on. I mean, although it may seem alright for your first 1-2 games to just jump in and start coding and not even care about what you're doing, once you get into the slightest complexity in games, jumping in and just coding isn't going to work. I mean, if it does, you are one lucky person. Because I remember those times during the summer where I was just recoding so much that it already coded, and I just had to change little things at the base. But it wasn't small enough to where I could just change it. It was big enough to where I had to pretty much rewrite everything. And it was just one of those things that got really annoying. But now that I've been like developing good style and thinking things through before I do them, things just seem to fall into place. It's amazing. I don't have nearly as many problems anymore, and when I do have problems, I can pin them down really easily. So I guess that's the end of this video, so peace out.